Greetings to all Siddhargal and Siddha medicine practitioners. In this video, let us watch the preparation of liver medicine Gauri Sintamani, which was written by our great saint Agathir in one of his creation, Agathir Vaidya Kavyam 1500. Firstly, let us know the disease cured by Gauri Sintamani. This medicine, Gauri Sintamani, cures liver-oriented diseases such as hepatomegaly, alcoholic and non-alcoholic fatty liver, grade 1, grade 2 and grade 3. It also cures hepatitis A, B, C, D and also E. Then it also cures the alcoholic hepatitis. Last but not the least, it clears the liver cirrhosis and even cure the liver cancer. This Gauri Sintamani is a fantastic medicine for the liver-oriented disease. Next, let us know the materials required for the preparation of Gauri Sintamani. For its preparation, we just need 3 materials. First material is borax or sodium borate 150 gram. Second is purified sulfur 150 gram. Third is purified mercury 150 gram. Firstly, let us watch how the sulfur is purified. For the purification process of sulfur, we need sulfur 100 gram, divine water which is called as Nadavindu Neer in Siddha medicine has 100 ml and the cow ghee 30 ml. Take a kadai half filled with sand and place a small bowl above the sand. Now we can add 1 teaspoon of cow ghee and wait for a while. After some time, the cow ghee start to melt by the heat in the sand. After some time, we have to add the 100 gram of sulfur to the cow ghee. After a while, the sulfur start to melt. In the meanwhile time, you have to take the divine water or the Nadavindu Neer in a small bowl. Once the sulfur start to melt or completely melt along with the ghee, then we have to pour this into the divine water. This is called Uriki Saital in Siddha medicine. This process has to be done 3 times consecutively, while each time the Nadavindu Neer has to be changed. As you see, the sulfur has been melted into the Nadavindu Neer, I mean the divine water. Now again you have to do the same process, which means you have to add the cow ghee in the bowl and add this sulfur so that the sulfur melt along with the ghee. Once the sulfur get completely dissolved in the ghee, you have to pour the liquid into the Nadavindu Neer again so that the sulfur get purified. And this was the second time. You have to do this the same for the third time also. Once the 3-time process has been done, the sulfur become purified. This purified sulfur has to be used in the Gauri Sintamani medicine. Now let us start to do the Gauri Sintamani medicine. Initially in the kalvam you have to take the sodium borate. We have to grind the sodium borate into a fine powder. It might take some time, but making into fine powder is a must. Once the sodium borate has been completely powdered, shift the borate to another vessel. After clearing the kalvam, now we have to take the sulfur, purified sulfur into the kalvam and again grind it into fine powder. This also take a while, around 1 hour, to make it into a fine powder. Once the sulfur has been grinded to the fine powder. Then we can add the purified mercury to the kalvam. Once the purified mercury, which is known as Lord Shiva, has been added to the sulfur, which is also known as Lordess Shakti, the chemical reactions start to take place between the mercury and the sulfur, which makes the medicine to the next level, and that level is known as Karundurvam. As you see, it takes minimum 2 hours for the medicine to have some chemical reaction and get to the next level of Karundurvam. Once the Karundurvam level has been reached, then we can add the sodium borate. Now we have got the black type of powder, which is a mixture of purified mercury and purified sulfur and the sodium borate. This product has to be grind for a long of minimum 3 to 5 hours so that it has been converted to a fine powder. The next process is called kilikatadal. It means you have to take a pure silk cloth. In the cloth, we have to cut a small piece of it so that the small piece of cloth can hold minimum of 10 gram of this black powder. After making the powder into the cloth, you have to tie it by a thread very tightly. Now we have 150 gram of sodium boraxate, 150 gram of mercury and 150 gram of sulfur which was converted into a black powder of 450 grams. The next step for this is mud heating, which is called as man pudam podudal. For this, we have to take a pot which has been halfly filled with sand. Mostly river sand is much preferable. Then we have to arrange the small balls in the river sand in the pot completely. After completely arranging that, you have to close the pot with remaining river sand as shown in the video. Then we can start applying heat to the pot. After giving heat for more than 4 hours and allowing the pot to cool down for another 4 hours, we can take out the small balls from the pot carefully. After collecting the balls, we have weighed that and found it was 405 grams. We find that the sodium borate has been melted and hardened along with the mercury and sulfur. Now you can hear the sound which proves that the medicine has come out perfectly. Now once again you have to grind the medicine in the kalvam to a fine powder. Thus the Gauri Chintamani medicine is ready for use, which has the ability to cure hepatomegaly, alcoholic and non-alcoholic fatty liver, hepatitis and even cirrhosis and liver cancer. After completely grinding it to a fine powder, store the Gauri Chintamani medicine in an airtight glass container. We thank Almighty for blessing in the preparation of the medicine and posting of the video.